Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Michael, you're watching IDB, and I always love making these tips and tricks videos because you guys are always able to learn something new that you didn't know your iPhone could do. So I have a list of 15 tips and tricks for your iPhone, and hopefully after watching this video, you can learn at least one new thing. Let's go ahead, roll the intro, and jump right in. First up is selecting multiple items in a list. So we're gonna use email for an example. If I open up my junk folder, you can see if I wanted to select a bunch of emails and delete them, I'd have to click on edit and then I can check them individually just like this. However, there is actually a gesture built into iOS that lets you do this a lot faster. I'll click on cancel, and what you wanna do is you wanna take 2 fingers and start at the top of the list and then simply drag down just like this. It's gonna go into selection mode automatically, and as you can see, if you keep your fingers at the bottom of the screen, it's gonna keep selecting items as long as you keep your fingers on the screen. This is a very useful tip, and it works for pretty much any user interface element in iOS that lets you select items like this. And next up is for dictation. Dictation is the voice to text feature on your iPhone. And what's really cool is that thanks to a recent software update, dictation is able to stay on all the time. And you can keep typing on the keyboard while having dictation enabled. So I'll show you what this looks like. I'll turn on dictation just like this. And as you can see, it is listening to me and it is putting my voice into text. But if I tap the spacebar and then keep typing myself, as you can see here, you can see that dictation is actually still on in the bottom right corner. And you can see as I keep talking, it still stays on and it's converting what I say into text. This is very useful because sometimes dictation makes an error, and if you want to jump into the keyboard and fix something, you can leave dictation on the entire time. You can keep typing and you don't have to turn it off and on and off and on. So this is a very useful feature if you use a lot of voice to text on your iPhone. Next up is quickly setting a timer right from Control Center. So first off, what you want to do is go into Settings and then tap on Control Center and then make sure that timer is inside Control Center right here as a widget. Now, when you simply click on the timer widget, it's going to open up the clock application, which really isn't that useful. However, where it really comes in handy is if you press and hold on it. So if I press and hold on the widget like this, I'm able to quickly set a timer and then start it right from here. I use this every single day, and it is such a great way to quickly start a timer on your iPhone. Next up is another one for the keyboard. There is a really cool, fast way that you can access the secondary keyboard on your iPhone. So you know when you're typing and you want to input like a $sign or an exclamation point or a question mark? Most people, when they're typing, will click the button to go to the secondary keyboard, input their character, and then go back to the main keyboard. However, did you know that you can actually press and hold on the button, drag to the character you want, and then release, and then it goes back to the main keyboard? Well, this makes typing so much faster. Whenever I want to input a single character from the secondary keyboard, it is so much easier to simply press and hold, drag, and release just like that. This next one is a very, very simple one, but it's one that I actually just found out that you're able to do on the iPhone. So you know when you're pressing the volume buttons and you get this little UI on the left-hand side, you're actually able to interact with this. So if you drag your finger, you're actually able to use this as a touch-controlled volume slider. I don't know why it took me so long to figure this out. I thought that I was only able to do this with the buttons, but you're actually able to grab this slider and control the volume directly from here. Next up is a feature that I like to call the zoom crop. So inside Photos, if you zoom into a photo, you're gonna get a crop button in the top right-hand corner. So I'll zoom in just like this. You can see there's a button. If I tap on crop, it is that easy to simply crop a photo. This is so much better than clicking on edit, zooming in, tapping on done. All you have to do is simply zoom into your photo, tap on crop, and then done, and it's as easy as that. Next up is customizing your Do Not Disturb settings. So I love using Do Not Disturb on my iPhone. I'm actually using it right now as I'm filming a video, but there are actually some things that you can customize inside of your Do Not Disturb settings. So inside settings, if you click on focus, you can then choose any of your focus modes that you want to edit. So in this case, I'll choose Do Not Disturb. What I like using is allowing certain people to get through when I'm on Do Not Disturb. You can also do this with apps as well. So when I have Do Not Disturb turned on, I have it set so members of my family are still able to reach out to me. You can also have it set so when you have Do Not Disturb turned on, you can have certain applications still allowed to push through that Do Not Disturb setting and give you that notification. So this is a really nice way to filter certain notifications when you have a focus mode turned on. And this next one is for Siri. So you know when you're sending a text message through Siri and you just want to get the message sent, but instead you get that really annoying confirmation where Siri reads out the entire text message to you and then says, should I send it? And I'm like, of course, just send the stupid message. Well, luckily inside settings, there's a way that you can turn off this confirmation. So in settings, scroll down and click on Siri and search, then click on automatically send messages. Then turn this on. Now, when this is on, Siri is no longer going to give you that very annoying confirmation where it reads the message to you again. It is simply going to send the message. This next one is really cool and it's kind of obvious, but I'm surprised I didn't know about this in iOS until a few days ago. You're able to add a link inside email that's attached to a certain word. So if you type out something, I'll just say link, and then you go ahead and select the word. You can then click the button that says add link. So I'll add a link, I'll just go apple.com, just like this, click on done. And then as you can see, I have now made a hyperlink right inside of my email application. If I click on this, I'm able to get a preview just like this. I can open the link or show a preview when I send the message. But this is a really great way to add a hyperlink inside the default mail application in iOS. And this next one is for the weather application. Not that many people know that this button is here, but in the bottom left-hand corner, there is a map icon. If you click on this, and you can do this for any city you want, you can get a detailed weather map. But what is really cool is that you're actually able to change what is visible in this map with this button right here. So if you click on this, you're able to switch between precipitation. You can choose temperature if you want, which is probably my favorite. You can also choose air quality, and you can also choose wind as well. So I know back in the summer, it was really useful for me to check the air quality map. And then also, as you can see right here, it's actually kind of funny. Where I am up in Alberta, you can see just how cold it is. So being able to see these various weather maps is a pretty cool feature that's built into iOS. And next up is being able to share a password. So if you are one of those people who stores all of your passwords like me inside of iCloud keychain, you're actually able to share a password with a member of your family or a friend, for example. So inside settings, scroll down and then click on passwords, authenticate with Face ID just like this. And then I have an example password I'll use right here. So I'll click on this. And then as you can see, there is a share icon in the top right-hand corner. So if you click on the share icon, you're then able to share your password via AirDrop. Next up is a bunch of tips and tricks for Siri. So the first one is that you can simply ask Siri to flip a coin. Flip a coin. So it's as easy as that. You can also tell it to roll a pair of dice. Roll a pair of dice. Then it's going to give you each result for each die. And then what's really cool is you can also ask Siri to define any word that you want. So I'll show you what that looks like. Define anti-disestablishmentarianism. And just like that, it gives you the entire definition just like that. So Siri is able to do so much, and it is really useful to have that available right on your iPhone. And the next thing I want to show you is inside of Photos. Inside of iCloud Photos, you're able to do multiple searches to really narrow down what you're trying to find. Another really cool thing is that you're actually able to search by the camera that took the photo. So for this example, I'll use the iPhone 13. So I'll type in iPhone, I'll go 13, I'll choose Pro Max. And then I'll also add another search. So I'll say flower. So just like that, if I can spell it right, flower, just like that, I'm gonna see photos of flowers that were taken with my iPhone 13 Pro Max. So on your iPhone, you can try this out and you can search for as many terms as you want to really narrow down what you're trying to find on your iPhone. Next up is a pretty cool security feature that has been built into the iPhone forever, it feels like. So inside Face ID and passcode, if you click on this, then once you are inside the settings, if you scroll all the way down, you can see there's an option that says erase data. What this is going to do is if you have this turned on, After 10 failed passcode attempts, it's going to erase everything on your phone. So the idea behind this feature is that if you have entered the wrong passcode 10 times on the iPhone, chances are the person holding the iPhone is probably not the person that's supposed to be holding it, and they're probably not the owner. So if you have this turned on and the wrong passcode is entered 10 times, it's going to erase everything on your iPhone. So if you're worried about safety or security, definitely turn on this feature. And then finally, the last tip I want to show you in this video is for those of you who use a different web browser. So for me, I'm actually one of those people that still uses Safari, but if you like using Firefox or Chrome, for example, you're actually able to set your default browser inside of settings. So open up settings and then scroll down and find the application that you want to set as your browser. So in this case, I'll say Chrome, and then right in here, you can see default browser app. If you change this to Chrome, just like that, as soon as you click any link on your iPhone, it's going to open it in Chrome instead of Safari. So being able to change your default browser is something that people have been requesting forever on the iPhone, and Apple only brought it to the iPhone about a year ago. So this is a really nice feature that we finally have. So I hope you guys learned something new watching this video. If you did, let me know in the comments down below. If you guys found this video informative, helpful, entertaining, please drop a like, as it does help us out quite a bit. With all that said, my name is Michael with IDB. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.